What is going on, guys? We are finally returning to the Web Warriors series. My name is Cameron and today we are going to be reviewing issue 6. Now, to jog your memories a little bit because it has been a while, in the previous issue we saw Billy Braddock aka Spider-Man UK and Mayday Parker's Spider-Girl get trapped in the Electro Trap, and basically we don't know whether they are dead or whether they escaped or whether they're still trapped in there, but sooner or later we're going to find out. Now, this issue is going to be focusing on Spider-Man Noir's experience. We're going to be digging into his head and his thoughts and seeing what's going on, and to be honest, this issue is so unexpected in terms of Spider-Man Noir's actions and what it could actually lead to in the future, so you guys should be excited for this issue. Now, I think it's time to get into this review, guys. I've been talking long enough, so let's get into it. So the issue opens up in Spider-Man Noir's universe, and something really interesting about this issue, right away that's something you guys will probably be surprised about, is that we actually see the Peter Parker of this universe, who is Spider-Man Noir, without wearing his Spider-Man costume. So for me, this is the first time I've actually seen Spider-Man Noir without his costume on. Now, I'm not going to reveal anything, so right away that already makes the issue pretty interesting in terms of the twist that actually happens in this issue. But in the panels where we do see Peter Parker, I feel like the writer and the artist missed out on an opportunity to put subtle hints into that scene, because honestly the twist isn't something that you could notice straight away. It's one of those ones where it's in front of your face the entire time but you never notice it. So I feel like the writer and the artist should have at least had the twist in those panels at the beginning, but obviously we would have never noticed because we would have never known until the end of the comic. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a nitpick for this issue, but it's nothing to worry about. So on screen we just learned that the good version of Dr. Octopus is helping the Spider-Men understand further things about the web and all of that crazy stuff, and that actually intrigues me quite a bit because I want to know, what are they learning? Like, are they learning stuff like how to turn back time with the web or something like that? Like, what are they learning? I really want to know, and I really want to hope that that comes back up in a future issue. Now, I think it's pretty important to point out that this issue is pretty much based around Spider-Man India's world. Like, that's where most of the issue takes place, and I think it's awesome how the web of life actually sets on fire when that particular dimension is in trouble. So if the universe is falling apart, then that strand of web that universe is on will begin to frail away, and that's a really interesting concept. Almost like it's a warning system for the Spider-Men, you know, like so they know which universes to go to first. It's pretty awesome. Now, as you can see on screen, there are hundreds of Venoms taking over Spider-Man India's universe. Well, not necessarily Venom, but symbiotes. And I think it's interesting that the issue used Venom/symbiotes as the villain in this issue, because I think that's to push to the reader that this is a lot more of a serious situation than it appears, because one Venom is bad enough, so imagine hundreds of them. I do kind of feel like it's a bit of a coincidence that the Web Warriors turned up just as it was getting bad. You know, like, why didn't they turn up after, like, it had got crazy? Like, they've literally got there just as this was happening. So I feel like that's a little bit of a coincidence, but again, it's just nitpicking. We also get a very, very emotional backstory to Spider-Man Noir's character, and honestly, it seems like he went through some pretty brutal times as a kid, not really fitting in anywhere, not really making any friends, and the story actually takes you along his journey, making friends, doing crimes with friends, not actually stealing anything, but more or less watching them steal the things and stuff like that. And it's actually quite cruel because it kind of brings your hopes up for his character, you know, making him seem like he's having a good time, and then it just crushes them. And not only does it crush our emotions, but it also crushes Spider-Man Noir's life. And of course, this speaks so much to why Spider-Man Noir is the way he is. He's very quiet, he's very sat back, he's always in the background, he's not much of a talker. He's very much the Batman of the Marvel Universe. You know, always being prepared for everything, sitting back and listening, noticing things that other people don't. And now you see that to get to that, he had to go through some traumatic childhood experiences. And as I've already said, that speaks volumes for his character. Now, as you can see, we've got like the major Venom character on screen. He's like the head of all the rest of them. And honestly, something that really disappointed me was that we didn't see how Lady Spider and India Spider-Man beat this Venom boss. Like, they randomly cut away from it, and then when you went back to it, he suddenly revealed his weakness. And it was just like, it would have been really interesting to see how these guys dealt with this massive Venom monster, but that was kind of sidetracked. And I think that's where you've got to take a step back and realise that this story is not about Venom taking over Spider-Man India's universe. This is a story about Spider-Man Noir narrating over this issue and talking about the other Spider-Men in the team. Now, coming up to the final few pages of the issue, Spider-Man Noir makes an exit from the team, and by that I don't mean that he's actually left the team, I just mean he's gone home for a bit, and this is where the craziest twist comes around. We go back to Peter Parker aka Spider-Man Noir sat in that pub/bar room, and we're coming up to that twist that I was talking about at the beginning of the issue, that major twist, and it's discovered that obviously Spider-Man Noir's universe is supposed to be in the 1930s, but someone over at the bar is holding a mobile phone, which didn't exist in the 1930s. Which means that Spider-Man Noir's universe is changing, something's happening to it. I don't know whether someone's done something there, traveled back in time there, changed stuff. Anything like that could have happened. But now going over to the other huge twist, Spider-Man Noir has actually taken a piece of the Venom symbiote from his little adventure with the team in the other universe. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but that is crazy. And then on the final page, this isn't that much of a twist, this is more of a reveal, and it's hugely expected. We have Spider-Man UK and Mayday Parker's Spider-Girl alive and well, protecting and looking over the Electro Trap. And I love how happy they seem. It's like they've settled down into this universe as if they've been there for years, but they haven't. And I just love how the rest of the people in that universe are just living there, knowing that there's an Electro Trap in the park. Like, they're just kind of living around it. So it's awesome. But that is the end of this issue, guys. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below. As for the two twists at the end, I feel like the Spider-Man Noir twist with the mobile phone was crazier than the reveal that Billy Braddock and Mayday Parker were still alive. But having two twists like that at the end, one reveal, one twist, whatever you want to call it, it's awesome. So I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10. Again, I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't see how they defeated that major Venom villain, but that wasn't the focal point of the issue, so I can forgive it for that. I also think we got a very deep impact into Spider-Man Noir's backstory and his emotions and why he is the way he is, and sort of connects you to Spider-Man Noir a little bit more in this team. So I look forward to future issues involving him, and of course we got him holding the Venom symbiote, obviously planning to do something with it, and I cannot wait to see a Spider-Man Noir Venom. Like, he's obviously going to put the symbiote on or something like that. Hopefully he's smarter than that, but maybe he just won't be able to resist it. I don't know. It should be interesting. But let me know what you thought in the comment section below, guys. Don't forget you can support this YouTube channel and become a patron, get videos early, get Ultimate Spider-Man reviews earlier than everyone else as well, and receive a free digital comic every week and much more. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then go to the link in the description and check it out. Now for everything else, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. The links are in the description as well. And as for this YouTube channel, if you like this video, then make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.